Hi guys, it's Alexi here with Kelowna Now, and I'm sitting down with Fit Nutrition, Tania, the owner. She is here to talk about a little bit health and wellness, and we could actually just, the rest of the afternoon take off and just talk about this because health is number one and
Absolutely.
it affects us all. So I really wanted to know when I was thinking, because I know you personally, but I really want to know, is there a story or a why you got into this type of business first, like a personal why?
Uh, yes, actually,
Okay.
there is a story, and um, I think everybody has a story when they're passionate about something, right? It,
Yeah.
it just happens, and so I grew up seeing my dad had some health issues and how he was able to resolve them with food, without medication. And fast forwarding, 30 years, he's healthier in his 80s than he was in his 50s and 60s.
Amazing.
And I had some health issues that were also I ended up resolving with food. I had arthritis for 20 years that I got rid of. I had hormonal issues that I got rid of. And so I am healthier and stronger and can do things physically in my 50s that I couldn't do in my 20s and 30s. And when my youngest child was little, she was about almost 2, she had a blocked colon. And I wasn't getting the help that I needed from the local pediatricians. And they basically told me to go home and manage it myself and check back with them every 6 months, is literally what they told me. So I became that nutritionist
Like
out
obsessed with
of
fixing.
necessity, yeah, because I had to. And she is, she's coming up 29 now. She's very healthy. There are no repercussions. She's great. And but that was really my deep dive into nutrition. And I've been in the fitness industry, health and fitness industry, since 1986. It's all about fitness. There was very little about health.
Yeah.
And so the stuff that I teach my clients, my women now, I didn't learn for 22 years in that industry. But I've been living this lifestyle now for over 15 years and coaching it for 13.
Well, and you're just always learning or seeing
Yes.
new things or new technologies are coming. So for someone that might is sitting there and they're like, oh, my health is not so good. Oh, I have arthritis. Oh, I have bad, gut bacteria. What is the first step, like, in taking charge of this health and wellness? Like, it's overwhelming because you're like, oh, my hormones. Oh, do I need to work out? Is it my food? Like, if you could just give, like, a little bit of advice of, like, if someone's so overwhelmed, how should they start or what should they do?
It's a great question because there's like 2 simple things that need to be done.
Okay.
To get yourself back on track and to focus, to focus on health, right, and to restore all those things, because all those things you mentioned are all interrelated. They're all inflammatory. They're all related to your gut, and so you want to use food to create hormonal balance and stabilize your blood sugar. That will help bring down the internal inflammation. It also manages weight, balances your hormones, fires up your metabolism, all those things, and then you want to heal your gut because 70% of our health comes from our gut. And 50 to 90% of all those hormones and neurotransmitters that we need for mood, motivation, anxiety, focus, sleep, pleasure, happiness, all those things, they all come from your gut.
Wild.
Yeah, it's really wild.
Like, fix your stomach, fix everything.
Fix your stomach.
Is that a saying?
It's happy tummy, happy life.
Okay.
I don't know. We can go with that, I guess, right?
I like that. Cute.
Yeah.
So, Tania, can you tell people, you're an online business, so here we are today talking to Kelowna folks, but you really can help anyone in the Okanagan, all over the world. Yep. How do people, and I know you have an 8-week program, can you talk about some of the services and the why and like maybe why you stand out in your program?
Okay, so our approach is really different. That's okay. No, it's good. It's good. I'm glad you asked. Our approach is really different, and so it's never a diet. Most women actually are coming to me. They're in menopause. They want to lose weight. They're having some struggles in any and all of those hormonal issues, just not feeling comfortable in their bodies, digestive issues, all the things. And so our approach is, and they've tried several diets, which are not healthy.
No.
So this is not dieting. This is a lifestyle approach, something that you can do anywhere, anytime, any situation. Because if you can't, you're just setting yourself up to fail. Right? So we're using real food to create hormonal balance. We're filling in our nutritional gaps. We're focusing on things like nutrition is your foundation, right? So we're focusing on that, daily movement and exercise, water, stress, sleep, and how you fill your nutritional gaps, where your deficiencies are. And we target those one at a time. So it's actually a lifetime program.
Okay.
8 weeks is
Yeah.
the launch pad to the rest of your
Okay.
life. So it's a lifetime kind of a
Yeah,
deal.
yeah.
You're kind of, you're stuck with me for a
Yeah.
long time.
Yeah.
Which I love.
I just really think that people, I don't know, there's lots of, like, think of all the products we use. Think about all the food, the processed convenient food. Like, do people just kind of need to go back to the basics and, like, stop buying all these, like, products that have toxins in them and, like,
There's a lot of things that are disrupting our gut.
Yeah.
And there's a microbiome in your gut. There's also one on your skin, in your mouth, in your scalp. Like, there's microbiomes in all different areas of our body. And they're all affecting what's going on in here with that inflammation, and that can cause the leaky gut. So seed oils are a huge thing.
yeah.
Sugar's
That's the big
another
buzz.
huge thing, right? Seed oils, the sugar, alcohol is a toxin. I mean, that's going to trigger some people.
Yeah.
I mean, coffee to some degree can actually cause a blood sugar spike.
Yeah.
And so I don't ever tell my clients that they can't have something. We show them how to put it together to balance their blood sugar, right?
Okay.
And then find out which foods and which things are actually serving them or not serving them. How are they feeling when they're having these things? And so then they get to make the choice because they're understanding what it's doing to them.
Yeah.
Physically, mentally, emotionally, are you getting brain fog, or are you
Yeah.
gut full of energy today? Like, there's a lot of things that can affect that.
Why do you think that people struggle investing in their health? Like, we have no problem going and spending money on materialistic things, experiences, but, like, if you're suffering or you don't feel good or you're tired, which a lot of us are, foggy-headed, all that kind of stuff, why do you think people have such a hard time, like, investing in yourself? Because if you're a better you,
Yes,
you're usually everything kind of comes, and gets better.
Absolutely.
Your relationships are better. You're more patient with kids. Like, why is it that we have such a hard time spending money on ourselves in a health sense?
Well, I think women in general tend to put themselves at the back of the line, right?
Even so we need to put ourselves in the front of the line.
Well, you do. It's that you get on an airplane, and they say to put your own mask on first if there's a tragedy, if there's a emergency, because if you pass out, you can't help your children next to you, or your spouse, or your parent, or whoever you're traveling with. And that's the same principle here, right? Like what you just said. If you self-care is not selfish; it's necessary.
Yeah.
It's not a selfish thing that we're doing. It's okay. How can I be the best me so that I can do my best job, so that I can run my business more efficiently, so I can be the best friend, the best mom, the best spouse, whatever it happens to be. Because if you're always feeling drained and just bogged down and unhealthy and sick and unwell and depressed and anxious and stressed, or pick one of the above. Sometimes people come to me, they're all of the above, unfortunately. And if you're that way, you have very little left in the tank at the end of the day. Like, there's not much there. You get home and you're just like hanging on by your fingernails going, okay, I got to get dinner, and then we are done. And then you're done. And that's not a way to live life. No. So if you can, just put yourself first, even just for a little bit, to start that momentum going, create some lifestyle habits that last and that can perpetuate. It's
life-changing?
It's life-changing. It's absolutely life-changing.
So you have lots of resources. I mean, I know that on your website people can find lots of blogs, podcasts. How do people connect with you? I know you're, sharing tips and tricks, even like you offer a lot of free advice. So where can people find you, and can they connect with you on LinkedIn? And
they can connect with me. I'm on all the social media platforms except TikTok. I tried that. It's just, I don't know. I have to maybe try it again. It's not me. But you can connect with me on my website at fuelignitethrive.com. There's a free video there. It talks all about blood sugar stabilization and hormonal balance. It's a free video. You can watch that. There's a little short survey if you'd like to fill that out afterwards, and then you can book a free call with me. So I have 30 minutes. You can explore if this is something that resonates with you.
Amazing.
See if we're compatible.
Love that. So, your approach though, like you're talking about diet and working out. Like, you're bringing all the elements, and you've been doing this for a while. So can you tell us maybe before we end, can you tell us a little bit, like, is there a success story that you love? Or, I mean, you have probably a lot of those, and like clients, and it's probably hard to pick from, but like, obviously you're passionate about what you do. It shows, I feel it, your energy.
Thank you.
You know, like, you have people come in and they're like, and maybe don't feel good. So why do you love what you do? And is there someone or a story that you just like keeps you going? And or is it yourself that you're just like, I feel great, so I want other people to feel great?
It's a little bit of everything, honestly. But it's like when that person, you know, comes in and they're feeling like, I've tried all the things and they're just about ready to give up, and they're just like, but I feel so terrible, but why do I feel this way? And you know, when I can give them really it's a simple concept. You know, it's not necessarily the easiest thing to change a few habits in your life, but there's strategies for that, and that it's a learning process.
And you're there to keep them in
and
line.
I'm there to keep, to keep them accountable. But it's, you know, it's a 1% principle.
Yeah.
You know, I believe everybody can do something 1% better for their health today than they did yesterday.
100%.
1%. So if you're
drink a little more water.
That's right. If you're all in at 1%, you're never failing yourself. And that's the thing, right? The whole world, diet culture, the whole thing is telling women that you have to be perfect, that you have to have willpower and all that motivation. Whereas, you know, you're failing because you don't have enough willpower. Willpower is not a strategy. I'm just going to tell you right now, it's not going to be carrying you through life, because things have ups and downs, you know? So I just feel great. Like I said, I know that, you know, I'm healthier and stronger now than I was in my 20s. And I just see the changes that it's made in people's lives, significant changes. And when people have, you know, been able to reduce or get off of their medications because they're, you know,
I'm glad you said that. I was going to ask you about medication and like, like it just seems like society nowadays, it's like, well, there's a medication for that. Well, there's a medication for that. Well, there's also a medication for that. So it's like we're not actually dealing with the root cause.
That's right.
Which is your gut.
Which is your gut. Yes, your gut, and you're balancing your blood sugar, which is the way we were born into eating. So if we get back to the way we came into this world, is a way that our body is really comfortable with, right? And that's it. You know, your hormones control a lot of stuff that's going on in your body.
They're like the bosses of us.
And they are, right? And if you can't, you know, if your hormones won't balance if your blood sugar is not stable.
Yeah.
So you got to, you know, they're like twins. They're like, you know, sisters here. They need to be connected. And then you work on healing that gut, and it's just transformational. Like it's just next level of the goodness that you just feel, you know? And then you can leave that dieting culture behind. We don't weigh food. We're not counting calories. I'm not telling women to get on the scale. I'm telling them to throw it out if they want to, you know, because they don't need it.
Yeah. You want them to feel good.
I want them to feel good. And when I get those messages from people saying, hey, my doctor says, you know, that my blood sugars are lower, my blood pressure is lower, or I've been able to get rid of...
I've slept 8 hours.
I can finally sleep at night, you know. I have energy at the end of the day. I'm not feeling like I had a call with somebody the other day. She was just so excited that she had been struggling with some immune issues and a whole bunch of things, and she was able to tell me that, and she's a grandma, a younger grandma, but she's a grandma. She was babysitting all her grandkids over spring break, 11 days straight.
For anyone.
Yes, that's a lot. And she was just about like totally out of energy before that. And now fast forward even just a couple weeks, about a month, she's been able to just babysit those grandkids for 11 days in a row and still have energy left at the end of the day.
I love that.
Like, it's just been, you know, transformational.
Yeah, you can be youthful at any age.
Exactly. You want to age younger.
Yeah.
Age younger.
Well, and also for people that are younger, like, take care of yourself now, because it is your stepping stone to your older. But it's never too late. You can help.
It's never too late. I've literally coached women from, you know, I had a mom bring her child to me at 12 years old, and I've had someone who's 86.
Amazing.
My demographic is usually somewhere in the middle, but you can make change at any age. It's never too late. If you are still here and breathing, you can make some healthy improvements.
So to close, one last question. So would you say, because humans, we love to see improvement, do you think that, like, if someone reached out, started your program, are people seeing change in 2 weeks? Like, do you even see like micro changes in 3 weeks?
Oh yeah. Yeah, and I mean, everybody's different.
Right.
Some people Well, it depends
Yeah.
what
Or
culture
how,
they're coming from. You know,
yeah.
if they've been a chronic dieter for their whole life, then there's some damage to the metabolism and things that we have to walk back. It might take a little bit of time.
Yeah.
If they're maybe, you know, one of our seniors or something, that you're going to add a little bit longer onto that just because things are a bit slower, right? And so, but it will always happen. And people do notice, women usually do notice the change in about the 2 or 3 week mark at least, notice that there's less bloating and there's a bit more energy and just feeling lighter and then more focused, a little bit clearer, you know, all of those kind of things start to happen really quickly in the beginning. Yeah.
Okay, well, Best of Kelowna is starting, so don't forget to nominate your favorite businesses. If you're looking for, or if you have any questions about diet, nutrition, reach out. Like you just heard her, she's full of energy, so go get some of that. Well, Tanya, thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Okay.
This was super fun.
So fun.